And now, before we start, I'm going to give you some important information. So, our body has three stages for our stress response. This is known as the General Adaptation Syndrome, or GAS. These three stages are the alarm, resistance, and exhaustion stages. First off, the alarm stage is that initial fight or flight response to a stressor. The resistance stage occurs, secondly, when the body attempts to adapt and cope with the ongoing stress. Finally, the exhaustion stage happens when the body's resources are depleting, leading to burnout and a weakened state. And now, cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone that is released by our body's adrenal gland from a signal that our brain gets once we realize we're in some kind of stressful situation. And now, this is one of my favorite ways to de-stress, and it's called being outside. No matter if you live on a farm, in the suburbs, or even in the city, being outside is one of the best things you can possibly do to relieve stress. Not only does it increase cortisol levels, it also gives you plenty of vitamin D for your day, will reduce muscle tension, eye strain, and getting rid of that nasty blue light fogging your brain. So, if you're feeling stressed and you haven't gotten your daily vitamin D and gotten outside yet, I would always recommend it. Running can also be a great way to reduce cortisol levels. It also gives you plenty of exercise for the day and allows you to get some much needed sunshine if you're running outdoors. Just remember to always drink some water. Now, if you want something a little less intensive, I would always recommend drawing. Drawing is a great way to blow off some steam. It's been proven to lower cortisol levels and reduce muscle strain. Plus, you get a fun little drawing at the end. There are also different types of art. One of these is called vent art. Now, vent art is specifically made to blow off some kind of steam or frustration by drawing it on paper. And now, sometimes vent art can look a little scary, but it doesn't always have to be. So, if you don't really want to go outside and you don't really want to run a marathon, then I would always suggest drawing. You don't have to even draw something scary or something frightening or something mean. You can always just draw something a little goofy or maybe something a little silly to lighten your day. And now for the last and most simple one. Because let's be honest, most of the time when you're at work or at school, that's where you're going to be feeling the most stressed. And sometimes it's pretty hard to go for a walk in nature, take a run, or do some drawing. So, if you're ever in a situation where you can't do any of the three mentioned before, then always do the 5-3-5 method. You breathe in for 5. Hold for 3, and exhale for 5. It will decrease heart rate, lower stress, and lower muscle tension. It's one of the easiest and most accessible ways you can always lower stress in any situation, no matter what. Thank you for watching this video.